cryptocurrency investors are going to absolutely revolt when you all collectively realize what's been done to you. That most of these crypto projects have been used just purely to extract value from you. They've been created to rip you off, to steal your time, to steal your money and energy. And almost everything in crypto is a lie. It's self-centered people trying to get themselves more money. It's people actively hiding and suppressing the best technology like internet computer protocol. And it's people giving huge amounts of money to content creators to hype things up. It's people using bots, cryptos that are promoting themselves using a whole bunch of bots to manipulate YouTube algorithms and X algorithms. It's truly disgusting, which is why I quit doing crypto for years. Like, I just felt this was too filthy of an environment to be in. And what is a revolt going to look like? A revolt is going to look like an absolute army of lawsuits against people involved in all these fake scam projects. And I say fake, many of the top layer 1 blockchains I would include in there, because they basically, many of them have just copied other blockchains. And then they've done all this marketing, and they do things like talk about AI when their blockchain itself has no hope of doing AI. They do things like say it's built on the chain, but outside of internet computer, nothing meaningful can be built on blockchain outside of tokens and sending transactions. You can't put pictures, NFTs fully on chain. You can't build websites, games on chain, etc. Almost all of Web3 is a lie, and almost all of the people talking crypto right now are either in on screwing you over. They know exactly what they're doing. From their point of view, you are just a sucker who deserves to lose your money. From the point of view of someone who understands that almost all this stuff is crap, it's almost all ripoffs, there's no long-term future in almost any of this. So from that point of view, to them, you're just a sucker who deserves to lose their money for being foolish and making bad decisions and not doing your own research. But the masses, many even of the content creators, don't know. They don't realize because they haven't researched internet computer thoroughly and seen that there is something actually different that does real Web3. And because of that, they're just as confused as the people. You've got confused people leading other confused people over the cliff and losing money and wasting time. And this is why one of the big things to look for when you're researching altcoins is to check how transparent the team is. Because many of these teams, I want what's coming to me. They know what's coming for them. They know, and that's why many of these crypto developers who are building projects, they don't want their profile on the foundation page, because when people come, I'm thinking of Beauty and the Beast right now. Like when Gaston gets the villages all excited, to kill the beast, when the people come with their lawsuits and, with mass reporting profiles, when the wrath of the people comes, the people behind these projects are already trying to hide from that. They know it's coming. They know there's no future in these projects. Many of the developers on the teams themselves immediately dump the crypto as soon as they're paid in it and load up in something like Bitcoin or internet computer, because the people even working on these, many of them realize this is going nowhere. The tech is just a copy of Ethereum. They're just treading water and trying to make as much as they can. They're just doing a job. Thus, if you want to research crypto successfully, you need to see as many people as possible who are actually working on the protocol. And that's why all my money is in internet computer, because Dfinity is the largest research and development team in blockchain. They are one of the only projects I've seen where you can actually see all the engineers, or most of the engineers and technical staff working on this. This is one of the only projects that is confident in what they're building, where, you got so many people who work there who actually put their profiles out. Now, some of these other projects I would say are just kind of clueless. Like, they actually do put their staff up, but you'll notice they're mostly marketing people. And the foundation of cryptocurrency is the technology. A lot of people talk about money but there's practically infinite cryptos that are just about money and transactions. If you're going to really not be the target of investors absolutely going nuts, you're going to have some real technology. And there's going to be a time in crypto where all the lies in the house of cards comes down, and what's going to be left standing is Internet Computer Protocol, because this is the real technology, the real deal, the real world computer, the real 1/3 generation blockchain, real on-chain AI, Bitcoin layer 2, Ethereum layer 2. This is what's going to be left standing. And most of the rest of crypto is going to get utterly destroyed as people, more than one person, there's people waking up every day realizing, there's some kind of like crypto matrix. Like there's lies, there's cheating, there's stealing, there's fake narratives, and there's groups of people working together to push this on everybody. Almost all the largest channels are in on it. Almost all the largest channels appear to me to be being paid to push certain narratives at you. And those narratives are coming from the top of the hierarchy, from the richest, most powerful people in the world who are intentionally using crypto to rip you off. And when you realize that, well, I hope your money is in a position where you don't have to lose everything. But so many people have already lost so much in crypto. And unfortunately, a lot of people are mad at themselves. Now, I am God. This is my universe. I did all this. So yes, take responsibility. But at the same time, you didn't do this by yourself. The whole space of crypto is set up to lose you money. There's people over and over, they say do your own research, and then they'll tell you about 100x coin. And, a lot of people don't even know how to do their own research. The way to start doing your own research is to learn about Internet Computer Protocol. This is the most real thing that exists in crypto. This is the most real team that exists in crypto of actual engineers and technical staff building on the technology that runs the protocol itself. This is as real as crypto gets. And this is why many of you ask, well, what's with the marketing on ICP? Why isn't everybody into ICP? This seems too good to be true. Almost all these other junk coins are on a frequency of self-centered, domination of others and stealing wealth from other people. And because Internet Computer Protocol is a real deal in crypto, many of these other chains all serve each other. I've seen this in exact detail. For example, on X, there'll be 10 of these absolute garbage coins that will all, when one of them posts, the other 9 will all go like their post. And they'll all run their bots on each other's posts. So Caspa is one of those that is in a circle of a bunch of these garbage coins. Caspa, BitTensor Tau, ChainGPT. There's a bunch of these coins. They all help each other with their marketing. And that's how some of these get to have, it looks like there's so much energy and enthusiasm about it. But if you do your own research, you'll be like, this is absolutely terrible. But a lot of these junk coins work together to push each other's projects. And I've seen the evidence firsthand where, if you follow all the different projects, you'll see how one project posts, and they don't necessarily do it every single post, but you'll see how one project posts, 8 other projects drop a like on their post, drop their bots to come by, and then they all push each other. And that Internet Computer is left out of all that circle jerking because, much of crypto is afraid of you finding something real because the rest of it is smoke and mirrors. And once you find something real and you dive in and you start using Internet Computer, you use the open chat, which is on Internet Computer. You see this in application fully built on chain. Nothing else can do this. You start to understand the dashboard on Internet Computer, and you can see the nodes all over, and these are approved by the network itself on chain. And you see the governance, the rewards that you get for staking. The more people find Internet Computer, the more people are going to be disgusted and infuriated at the rest of the crypto. So there's really a limited amount of time before we hit critical mass, because I've told a lot of people about Internet Computer, and what I see is a lot of people Once they find internet computer, they're dumping their entire rest of their altcoin portfolio, which is why a lot of these other altcoins and exchanges and big players are terrified of internet computer. They're desperate for you to think it sucks. They're desperate for you to not look at it yourself, to not use the technology yourself. They're desperate for you to just stick on a price chart. They leave it off. Some of these people that are incredibly dishonest, they will have a list, a graph of the top coins that pumped in. When internet computers on there, they'll leave it off. And some of them that have a little bit of integrity will mention in casually that they left some garbage centralized coin off there, when every coin they're pushing is more garbage and more centralized. So if this is a limited time opportunity to discover this before everybody else knows this, and I'm a big person. We do need to be forgiving, to be understanding, to say, these other projects were just. We grow up in a world where we're told to, make money and support our family. We're not told to think about other people. Many of us are not, we're raised that first and foremost, you do whatever it takes to get money to feed your family, your tribe, your community. And many of us are not told, you should do that in a way that doesn't hurt other people. That's often not part of how that is raised. You're raised, go out there and get a job. And, to be fair, many of these people are creating these rip-off junk coins. They're just out there doing the easiest thing they could find to make money. And they look at it that they're doing a good job in terms of getting money for themselves and getting money for their family. They don't see that they're doing something wrong, most of them, because they're not considering the golden rule. They're not considering the impact of their actions on you. And I know when I was first in crypto, I didn't consider how my videos impacted other people. I literally just thought about, how can I make the most money for myself and my family? And then I quit crypto after I realized my videos were hurting people. My videos were causing people to lose money. My videos were hyping up altcoins that I profited off of personally as an investor, but then I dump on all the people who bought after me when I see that the bottom's coming, when I see that the top has happened. And so I think, a revolt should be peaceful, of course, and legal. There absolutely should be lawsuits against waves of these different crypto projects and founders for false advertising, for falsely presenting, what they actually do, for saying, for making it look like they do stuff on chain that they don't, for making it look like they have any relevance in AI when they don't. I definitely think there should be legal action against a bunch of these teams for making disingenuous, fake, harmful, projects. And this is why many of these projects are trying to stay away from U.S. investors. I made a song like a year ago saying, is the SEC on our side? The SEC has, they're not, they're doing their best, and they have killed a bunch of these scam projects. And they didn't do a very good job on going about it in a lot of ways, but many of these projects are going to get hit with all kinds of regulatory action in the future because they're easy targets for governments. They say they're decentralized, but they're not. They're hosting their website on that government's infrastructure. So I hope you can avoid being in one of the pissed off crowds of people being like, where'd all my money go when your altcoins go to zero? And to me, the only way to really be sure of that, or to have a high confidence in it, because anything could happen. We're in a world of infinite possibilities. Something could happen to internet computer. It could get sabotaged, and the whole thing could go down, and it could go to zero, and then somebody could make spin up a new version of it. So anything could happen. What I see is, these other altcoins, that's why I keep saying they're going to zero. Somebody should tell you this, because almost nobody wants to show up and tell you something's going to zero, because I could get more views and more money by telling you things are going to 100x. But I've been in crypto 10 years, and you know what I really can't stand more than anything else? Consistently being wrong. And the main place I've been wrong in crypto is hyping up altcoins that didn't deserve it. that literally copied another blockchain, added one feature, and then make themselves a big deal. Or they act like they're doing something like decentralized social media that they're not actually doing. So this is the future I see coming for crypto. You get on ICP, or, you know, get out of these fake altcoins at least. Get out of these fraudulent altcoins before it's too late. So I hope this was helpful for you. Thanks for watching. And if you want more Jerry Banfield, go to jerrybanfield.com. I did this live on Twitch. And if you want to talk to me, come chat on Twitch. It's a free application like YouTube or X. It's on your phone just like YouTube and X. And if you can't make the live streams, chat with me on open chat or a one-on-one call. These are the only ways to talk to me. Never, ever, ever fall for or try anything else. Only Twitch, open chat, or one-on-one. Never, ever interact with a Discord message from some bot, Telegram. Never get sucked into that crap. And if you want all my videos, you can follow on X. All my videos are on X. You know, things from different coins are going to zero, music videos for ICP, Call of Duty Warzone highlights, shirtless from years ago, and I've also got these on 8 different YouTube channels. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.